Welcome Training Challenge. When we're talking about form and running, the second thing that we're going to talk about is where do our feet land. So again, get in that kind of ready posture. So knees are relaxed. You're going to look down at your feet. Are they actually pointing forward? A lot of us will stand like this. We may stand with one leg out. We may stand with our toes together a little bit. Take a look down and see where are your feet in proportion to the rest of your body right now. One of the things you're going to notice is your feet are underneath your hips, right? As we're standing here. We want to keep that going as we start moving. So when we're running, specifically, we want those feet landing underneath our hips, right? So what we really want to avoid is braking as we're going. And the quickest way to brake as you're going forward is to throw a heel out and have your foot land out in front of your body. As soon as you do that, you're putting the brake on. And then you're trying to accelerate all the way through that. So, to do that, let's get a feel for where we should be landing on our feet. And the easiest way to do that is let's get our posture, right? And now march in place. So as you march in place, and if you have trouble doing this, do it at home. Take your shoes off so that you can feel it. Because what you want to do is feel where you're landing. And as you're landing, you're going to feel, gosh, it feels like I'm landing right in that soft spot on the pad behind my toes on my foot. And that's exactly where we want to be. So whenever you kind of lose that, like, am I landing there? Is that working? Go back to your marching so that you know that's where you're landing. Because again, when we come down, we want that foot right underneath our hip, so that then we are propelling ourselves forward and we're not throwing the brakes on when we come down with our foot. A lot of times you'll find that in shoes, it's harder to feel the ground. Take the shoes off, run around your yard and get the feel for it. Then go ahead and put your shoes on and you'll go, oh yeah, that does feel really different. A few things that you'll hear me talking about as we go is let's be light. I don't want to hear footfall, so I don't want to hear people running and a lot of noise, right? As we're running, it should be very quiet. So I can run in place here and it's very little noise as I'm going. So think about that. Are you hearing a lot of noise as you're running? Same thing, take your shoes off and try it and you'll become very quiet because it's not comfortable to run kind of slapping your foot on the ground. So the other thing we talk about too in running is lean. So what do we mean by that? And actually that's our third part. So I'm going to come to that in the next video. So midfoot landing, we're going to work on that by using our marching in place and getting a feel for it. Next up is lean.